The cases of COVID-19 have risen to 258 in India after 63 fresh cases were reported in a day, as per the Health Ministry. Now, this includes 32 foreign nationals, including 17 from Italy, 3 from the Philippines, 2 from the UK, 1 each belonging to Canada, Indonesia and Singapore. The country has reported 4 deaths from Delhi, Karnataka, Punjab and Maharashtra. The spike in the number of positive coronavirus cases has prompted the states and union territories to reinforce efforts to contain the spread of the virus. Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray said that all workplaces in major cities, including the country's commercial hub Mumbai and Pune, will remain closed till 31st of March. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal announced shutting down of all malls in the national capital, but exempted grocery stores and pharmacies from downing shutters. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has also ordered all malls to be shut with immediate effect and also directed officials to sanitize Lucknow, Noida and Kanpur cities. In Jammu, authorities ordered the suspension of all modes of public transport, including buses and minibuses, with immediate effect till further orders. Rajasthan has also reported 17 cases, including 2 foreigners. In Rajasthan, prohibitory orders under Section 144 of the CRPC were also imposed in Bhilwara district from Friday after a doctor at a private hospital tested positive for coronavirus. Uttarakhand and Sikkim governments have banned the entry of domestic and foreign tourists into the state till further orders to contain the spread of the virus. And the Union Public Service Commission, or the UPSC, has also deferred the personality test of the candidates of Civil Services Examination 2019. New dates for the interviews will be informed to the candidates in due course. And earlier on Friday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi deliberated on the ways to check the spread of coronavirus with the Chief Ministers of various states in a video conference. At the meeting, the Prime Minister urged Chief Ministers to ensure effective implementation of social distancing, saying it is the most important measure to contain the spread of the coronavirus. He said the threat of the pandemic is common for all states, as the country is in a critical phase of tackling the spread of the virus. He also urged the Chief Ministers to ensure prevention of black marketing and undue price rise. Chief Ministers of various states requested for augmentation of testing facilities, greater support for vulnerable sections, advancement of financial disbursement for 2020-21 to the states, and the need for roping in private laboratories and hospitals in larger numbers. Meanwhile, after last week's decision not to bring masks and hand sanitizers under the Essential Commodities Act of 1955, the government on Friday fixed the prices of these items. In a tweet, Union Minister Ramvilas Paswan explained the prices of 2-ply surgical masks, saying that the prices of 2-ply and 3-ply surgical masks will remain the same as it was on 12th of February, and the retail prices of 3-ply masks will be at 8 rupees per mask and not exceed 10 rupees. The retail price of a 200 ml bottle of hand sanitizer has been fixed to not exceed 100 rupees. Other sizes of the bottle will also be priced in the same proportion. Now, these prices will be applicable throughout the country till June 30th this year. And the Finance Ministry will hold an internal meeting today to form up an action plan to deal with COVID-19 crisis. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman met with ministers and officials of Civil Aviation, Animal Husbandry, Tourism and MSME ministries yesterday to take stock of the situation following the coronavirus outbreak.
Task force is not yet constituted, but as it is the ministry, because keeping in mind the sense of urgency with which we have to do this, we are holding the meetings. Of course, the task force, when it is constituted, will also get the benefit of these meetings. 4-5 sectors had contacted us even by day before yesterday, and in the process, we also thought it was better that the work of the task force can be done by the ministry to start with. Not that we were aware of the Prime Minister's announcement, but we started having this meeting. Then the task force has come up. Now the work that we are doing will go into the task force's assignment also.
Meanwhile, In related news, the government has also decided to screen all passengers coming from the US, Australia and UK at 30 designated airports to assess their risk profile for either quarantine or isolation. Passengers arriving from 12 nations including China, South Korea, Japan, Italy, Iran, Singapore, Thailand, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Vietnam, Nepal and Indonesia are already being screened. And HRD Ministry, that is the Human Resource Development Ministry, has advised the states to provide midday meals for food security allowance to students till the schools are closed due to the novel coronavirus outbreak. The centre has also requested the states to enforce work from home for private sector employees, except for those working in emergency and essential services. Meanwhile, Army Chief General Narvane reviewed the force's preparations to contain COVID-19 with senior functionaries at the Army headquarters. In an advisory, the Indian Army said that 35% of officers and 50% of junior commissioned officers in the Delhi headquarters will take turns in working from home for a week from 23rd of March. The second group of officers and JCOs will proceed on home quarantine on 30th of March. The Army has postponed all of its conferences, seminars and annual and periodic examinations till 15th of April. And the government informed the members of Rajya Sabha on Friday that India has the capacity to manufacture 1.5 crore masks in a day. Replying to the queries of the members of the upper house during question hour, MOS Chemicals and Fertilizers, Mansukh Lal Mandavia said that there was no shortage of gloves, sanitizers or medicines in our country. He also said that the government has ensured compulsory quarantine for crew coming from India to the ports from sea routes, while people coming from Nepal and Bangladesh are also being scanned daily.
Cases which occur with the
पहले से ही इनिशिएटिव लिया है और कल सारे राष्ट्र को संबोधित भी किया है। उसको देखते हुए हमने माई सेल्फ वन मेंबर ऑफ ग्रुप ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स, मैं भी एक ग्रुप ऑफ मिनिस्टर एक मेंबर के रूप में कोरोना वायरस के लिए देश में क्या क्या स्ट्रेटेजी बन रहे हैं या तो कार्य योजना बन रहे हैं उसके पर हम काम कर रहे हैं। सब पहले से ये 3 रास्ता है जो देश में ये वायरस विदेश से आ जाए, एक एयर रूट, एक सी रूट, तीसरा बांग्लादेश और हमारे नेपाल जैसे देश की बॉर्डर हमारी है। सभी जगह पे सब कड़े इनिशिएटिव लिए जा रहे हैं। सभी देश में इफेक्टेड कंट्री से कोई भी मरीज देश में आते हैं या तो कोई भी ट्रैवलर आते हैं उसको 14 डेज के लिए क्वारंटाइन कंपलसरी कर दिया है। वैसे ही सी रूट से माई सेल्फ लुकिंग शिपिंग मिनिस्ट्री ऑल्सो सर, शिपिंग मिनिस्ट्री के माध्यम से हमने सारे पोर्ट पर इनिशिएटिव लिया है। कोई भी क्रू आए उसको क्वारंटाइन कंपलसरी किया है। पर डे 1.5 करोड़ मास्क बना सके इतनी हमारी कैपेसिटी है। उसका प्रोडक्शन भी ऑलरेडी शुरू हो गया। देश में मास्क की कमी नहीं है, देश में ग्लोव्स की भी कमी होने की संभावना नहीं है। सैनिटाइजर भी देश की आवश्यकता के अनुसार उपलब्ध है और देश में ऐसी कोई भी स्थिति ना खड़ी हो कि देश में क्राइसिस हो, उसको देखते हुए हम इनिशिएटिव ले रहे हैं।
धन्यवाद।
And in an attempt to contain the spread of coronavirus, a Janta curfew will come into effect from 7 in the morning till 9 p.m. tomorrow. And during this period, people are requested to avoid public places and stay at their houses for 14 hours. No passenger train will originate from any railway station in the country from midnight to 10 p.m. on Sunday in view of the day-long lockdown. This means around 2,400 passenger trains are cancelled in light of the Janta curfew. However, passenger train services already on run at 7 a.m. on the day will be allowed to run to their destinations. All the food plazas, the Jan Ahar stalls have been advised to be shut until further notice by IRCTC. Suburban services in Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai and Secunderabad shall be reduced to bare minimum level only to cater to essential travel. And the Delhi metro services will also be closed on Monday in view of the Janta curfew. Domestic carriers Go Air, Indigo and Vistara will also curtail domestic operations tomorrow when Janta curfew would be in force. And Bhutan and Nepal have pledged a contribution of $1 million each to the SAARC COVID-19 Emergency Fund proposed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, with an initial offer of $10 million to help combat the coronavirus pandemic in the region. Both Bhutan and Nepal have also reassured their full support and cooperation to do everything possible in close collaboration with all the SAARC nations to overcome the COVID-19 pandemic. And now let's talk about the global situation. The death toll worldwide due to coronavirus has now exceeded 11,000. In total, there are 5,168 deaths across Europe, mostly in Italy, which is now the hardest hit country in the world with 3,405 fatalities. And the coronavirus death toll in Spain rose to 1,002 on Friday after 235 people died in 24 hours and the number of cases approached 20,000. Iran also announced 149 more fatalities, bringing its death toll to 1,433 amid nearly 20,000 confirmed cases. Meanwhile, the US announced on Friday that it was suspending all routine visa services around the world due to the global coronavirus pandemic. In the most drastic step yet, the US state of California was placed under lockdown to contain the fast-spreading coronavirus. The death toll in the country stands at 218 with more than 14,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19. While China reported a second day with no new domestic cases since the virus appeared in the central city of Wuhan in December before spreading worldwide. And in Breakfast News, time for a very short break. We'll be right back.